Hey, so here we are. We're a couple weeks into 2017, and yesterday I finally got in the saddle and got a few miles behind me. I know I'm a few weeks behind everybody else, but with illness and work and you know what? I know, excuses, right? Point is, I got out there yesterday, I got about 24 miles behind me, and it felt great. I had missed being in the saddle. Not only was I able to get some riding in, but I was also able to start testing a few pieces of tech that I've switched out on my bike. For starters, the bike came with this oval 120 mil stem. It's a fine stem, but I felt I was stretched a little too much and I wanted to bring that in a bit. So right now I've got an FSA 90 mil stem on there and it feels fine so far. It's not fancy, it's an aluminum one, not carbon fiber. I'm not trying to watch every gram right now. And I've also got this Corsa 90 mil stem too. Now the reason I've got the two stems is because I want to see what you get with the price differences. The Corsa was about 24 bucks and the FSA was about twice that. Out of all the components on a bike, I know that the stem is kind of a set it and forget it item that you don't really have to replace that often unless you're wanting to get something lighter or change the sizing. But I wanted to see what you get for a stem that's twice the price of another. Will the ride feel stiffer, or will I even notice any difference? Might as well give it a shot and see. So the other thing that I got to try out yesterday was a new saddle. Now originally the bike came with this oval 300 saddle, and for commuting it was fine, but when I was spending more than an hour and a half on the bike, I was constantly adjusting, trying to find a new position to get comfortable, and that's just not going to work. So I looked around and I found this scoop by Fabric, and well, for the first 4 or 5 miles I started off uncomfortable and I thought I'd completely made a mistake in switching out my saddles. But once I got into the rhythm and I found my right placing on the saddle, I was done. I was comfortable. I spent the rest of the ride in peace, basically. It was, it felt really good. So it was nice to change that out and notice a difference within the first ride. Something else I had with me yesterday was a new multi-tool. Now I've never gone riding without a multi-tool. It's one of those things that you always want to have just in case you need. Now my older multi-tool was fine, but it was pretty limited in the functionality of it. And this new one that I picked up by Crank Brothers is great. It's a little heavier, but it's also got at least twice the amount of tools on here that my previous one had, including, and very important, I don't think you should go riding without, a chain tool. Last year I broke a chain and did not have any way to do any repairs on it, so I ended up walking the bike home for about 3 or 4 miles. In the rain. I know, not the ideal situation. So I picked up a new multi-tool. It comes in this great little carrying case and it fits perfectly in my saddle. And hopefully I won't have to use it while I'm on the road, but if I do, it's there. It felt great getting out on the bike yesterday. I didn't ride as far as I normally do, but after being off for a few weeks, I knew I needed to kind of step back up to the longer distances. But what I decided to do was take a trail that I haven't ridden on in probably 6 or more years. What that also means is I didn't remember how much climbing was involved in that. So yeah, that was fun. First day back on the bike and a lot of climbing. What that means though is I just need to ride that trail more often and build up that endurance, because I've definitely lost some of that. The only camera that I had with me was my cell phone. And as far as I know, you can ask Siri to do a lot of things, but you can't ask her to start recording video. She'll start the camera up, but you still have to push the red button. When you're wearing full-fingered gloves that are not touchscreen compatible, that makes it kind of difficult to get that footage rolling. So I'm going to start riding with a different camera in my back pocket, and I'll probably go ahead and attach a GoPro to the handlebars because, hey, that's what they're there for, right? The GoPro, not the handlebars. So I think that's all I've got for today. I'll see you guys later.